best gameplay of 2017.
Oh, man.
Ooh, boy.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, boy. All right.
A lot of debate on that one.
Yes, there was. All right, so the top 5 gameplay games of the year were Nier Automata, Persona 5, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. No Horizon.
No
Horizon. That's what happens when Matt and Onix are not here.
Just gonna keep on jabbing.
I'm not jabbing. I'm just stating facts. It might have made it. But we're not talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. We're gonna start talking about Nier Automata. So you're early in the game.
Yeah.
What do you think about it so far?
Dude, it's snappy. It's good. The chip system is actually really intuitive. Like I haven't gotten that deep into it, but I've started, fusing a little bit, and you can just and the online feature as well of being able to just kind of like, I could like either help you or I could just take everything and keep it for myself.
Yep.
Kind of a little Dark Souls-ish a little bit. Like in the sense that like if somebody leaves a message, you can rate it and you could, increase their, or was it healing? I don't know. It's been a while.
They get healed if you something like that.
Yeah, I think in Dark Souls 1 it also gave you like an extra soul.
Okay.
Anyways,
one extra soul.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But no, I definitely like the way that it plays. It's snappy. It's Platinum Games. Like, dude, it is freaking sharp, tactile sharp, and like to the point. I don't know. I'm not disappointed, and it exceeds expectations in my opinion.
It does a really good job transitioning between an action slash 'em up and a twin stick shooter.
Yes.
I when I first got it, I did not realize there was twin stick shooting in it. I thought you just ran around with a sword, and the first thing you do in the game is fly in on a ship, and you're shooting around, and then it goes 3D, and it's like, whoa, I didn't know this was in here. This is cool. This is not what I expected.
Yeah.
The first real Platinum Games game that I've played at length. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
so I was very impressed.
You didn't play Metal Gear Revengeance or Vanquish?
Bayonetta? Haven't played any of those yet.
Oh, dude.
I take it back. I played Transformers for 10 minutes on PlayStation Plus.
Was it Transformers Devastation?
Something like that. I don't know. We'll say that doesn't count. All right, so Nier Automata, Persona 5, you have not played it yet.
No. Is it an answer? You can say yes or no. Is it similar to gameplay-wise to Persona 4? It's
similar.
Okay.
It does have some differences. For example, in Persona 4, from what I remember, when you beat somebody, there was like this card selection where you could pick a card and then you get a reward based on what you picked.
Yep.
That's not in there.
Okay.
Instead, when you get an enemy down to low health, sometimes they will panic and like give up, and you can either ask them for an item, ask them for money, or you can ask them to join your team. Oh. So like join you as a persona.
As a persona.
So it's very similar, but they just did it a little bit differently. But the battles are very similar in that most enemies have a weakness based on different elemental types, and so you're trying to use those. You can collect personas, fuse personas, and then, of course, there's the day-to-day school life, taking tests, working at a job, going fishing, just going and building your confidant level up with people that you know, and that unlocks more benefits. So it's very similar. It's definitely a Persona game. Yeah. But there's some tweaks to the formula.
They built up to it.
Yeah.
Or on top of it, I'm sorry.
The dungeons in this game are so much better than they were before. They're very well crafted.
How do you feel about the difficulty? Is it like okay? Does it spike up?
I've heard people playing it all the way through. I'm asking for myself
just because I don't know what to expect.
I would start on normal.
Okay.
I got to a point where I felt like I wasn't really grinding, but then you get to a boss and it's like, man, this is really tough. And I had to restart a couple of them just because I didn't have the right people in my party. Yeah. And it was not because of the difficulty per se. It was because I wanted to stick to the same 4 characters and they didn't have the right synergies against the boss. Yeah. That every once in a while I turn it down to easy just to get through it because one battle against the boss, whatever. The game's not about the boss battles for me.
Okay.
So I was okay playing it on easy for a little bit, but it is a long game.
100 hours is what the reviewers were saying.
I'm like close to 70 something.
Yeah.
And I'm on the last. I think I'm on the last boss. I guess I'll find out.
Yeah.
Splatoon 2.
Oh man, Splatoon 2. So like I don't like shooters. I don't like shooters at all.
Multiplayer shooters?
Yeah, multiplayer shooters I hate. But this game, I clocked around 80 hours already.
Holy cow.
Yeah, dude. It is a freaking amazing game.
Wow.
And like there's a horde mode which wasn't in Splatoon 1.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
salmon run. It's salmon run. And like Onix and I, we would play, and like after a few rounds, like the difficulty just keeps on going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. And like it gets insane sometimes. Like you have like the way that it works is you have all this land and the sea level goes up and down, and depending on the height, like depends or changes the amount of land that's available to move around in.
Right.
And in some instances, like you are just like have this much land to work with, and you have like hordes of like enemies coming up. The campaign was okay. Like apparently it was better than the first one. But you know, it's nothing special, nothing to call home about. But the shooting, which is really its main focus, and the painting, so to speak, the splatting, was awesome. Like I love the effect of it. You can feel the guns as they shoot, and like the different ways of doing it. Like there's like the paintbrush, and like you know just splatting around with like a normal gun, or like a roller brush. It just, I don't know. I enjoyed it a lot, and it was very, very sharp. Like, very tight controls for an FPS. Well, not FPS, but third-person shooter. I like it. Cool. You should get it.
Yeah, we'll see. Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, the gameplay is...
There's no...
It's platforming brilliance.
Yeah. It is the pinnacle of platforming.
We're supposed to be positive about this. There were some gripes, I'm not going to say what they were, that I did have with it. I feel like the moons were a little much. I feel they should have scaled back on some of the moons.
I agree.
But it was still...
You can go to a store and you can buy 10.
You can buy... I think you can
like
continue buying them continually. So as long as you're collecting coins, you could technically buy all of the moons you need.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's lame.
But that's... So for Game of the Year, best gameplay purposes, I mean, it brings back the Super Mario 64 gameplay elements of how Mario controls and jumps. Did you play Galaxy? Oh no, I guess you didn't.
No,
neither of us played Galaxy, really.
No. I played like 10 minutes of Sunshine.
It was open world Mario done right.
That's what Galaxy was?
No, that's what this is.
Odyssey. I agree. Especially on the tail end of Super Mario, because like the game itself, if you follow the main story, easy as heck.
It is very easy.
To me, it's very easy. But the tail end, and I don't want to go into detail, but the tail end, there's a difficulty spike.
There is.
That, like, me not being a Mario aficionado, like Mr. Onyx, I was like, what the heck?
Like,
yeah, because I was sitting there and I was, I didn't die at all through the main game. Even, fighting the last boss, like, I was just like...
Oh, so you are talking about the post-game content.
Post-game content.
Oh, yeah.
Difficult.
Oh, yeah.
Very difficult.
Very difficult.
The main game, whatever. I finished it and I was like, all right, cool. But the post game is very, very difficult. Some of it, it took me some time to kind of like figure out the right way to run. And exactly because you finished it, right? You finished the post game.
No.
No. Okay. All right. Cool. No.
I'm
You're
on
there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
so
I just haven't gotten through it all yet,
but it's difficult.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult. And lastly, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Took Zelda in a whole new direction.
Yes.
I mean, you still have your sword and your shield.
That's totally
now
breakable.
You've got tons of... That's all very... It's got durability this time.
Yeah.
It's open world, and it feels... They basically tried to go back to the original Zelda game.
Yeah, that's what they said.
And make it 3D.
Yes.
And I think they really did that.
Oh, they succeeded, I feel like. I mean, the idea of climbing
Anything. That was so good.
Changed
so
everything,
good.
man. And for me, it's one of those things that, like, at first I hated the whole breakage, weapons breaking and things like that. But the more that I, like, thought about it and the more that I played it, the more I realized that it made you think on your feet. Is the system perfect? Heck no. Like, I think when you and Onyx did a review, you mentioned that, like, some of the fighting system, what's it called when you can, like, kind of like dodge and you slow down time? I totally forgot the name of it.
I don't remember.
But you can dodge, you slow down time, and then it's a flurry, right?
Oh yeah, where you get that chance to, like, really
wail into them and whatnot.
Made it too easy
In some instances. Even, the last fight, like, I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, all right, cool, this is awesome. And then I finished it and I was like, this is it? Like, that's it? That's kind of lame.
I died a few times on the final boss.
Oh, all right. Sorry. But as a whole, it's still enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's still, like...
There's always a carrot that you're chasing.
Yes. And, like, I didn't get all 900 Korok seeds or anything like that, but I did clock in, like, around 130, 140 hours, and I got all the shrines and... did everything, and that's why I'm looking forward to Champions.
To the DLC?
Yeah, man. The DLC is going to be awesome. Like, I haven't booted it up. Like, I saw that it was there, and I was like, oh man, but I haven't touched it yet. But yeah, I would definitely go back and play it today.
All right, so just to recap, our nominees for Best Gameplay of 2017 are Nier Automata, Persona 5, Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey, and The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
And the winner is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. All right.
Yes.
Nintendo on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was, I mean, all the rest of the games had a blast playing them, but Zelda did so much different. It changed the formula so much that it was like rediscovering a long-lost friend or love or whatever. Like, it was like, wow. But at the same time, it was so familiar and so it brought back so much nostalgia.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of nostalgia, from the design to the characters to the music. But I think the biggest thing was the exploration, being able to literally point at something and be like, with your little iPad-esque thing, your Sheikah Slate, and just be like, you know what, I want to go there, putting a marker and going to it.
And it never felt like a Ubisoft open world game. Yeah. It never felt like it was a mini map. It never felt like Far Cry. Icons and actions or an Assassin's Creed that you got to go do. It was just have fun. And all of it was fun. It wasn't, I don't like doing these.
If you want to go straight to Ganon from the beginning, you can. Yeah. That's the beauty of it. Like, you have choice.
You're going to get your butt handed to you.
Well, yeah. Well,
but you could. But you could.
You could.
So congratulations.
Kudos. Yeah, congratulations.
Guys. Like what you saw? Check out some of our other videos and be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for your support and thanks for watching.